Are we here?
Oh, yeah.
Are we doing this?
Okay, gee, we better do this, because we're doing the old sanitary stuff here, right?
Gotta be safe.
You gotta be safe. Gotta be safe. Hey, we are back, folks. This is, you got Carl, you got Doug, Fire and Brimm Sports, man. We are back for another season of football, dude.
We're gonna talk football.
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna talk football.
I've been waiting for this. I mean, we have been talking about this nonstop for months now.
The Super Bowl ended in February. That was our last major championship that we got to watch with fans in the stands.
You're right. So, that was the last major championship of any sort, any sport that's out there.
Yep.
Anything major like that. Oh my gosh, this has been...
No.
What a weird time, huh?
It's been different, right? Nothing we've ever seen before. The scare of not having football, it looks like for the NFL is ready to go.
They're going.
They're locked and loaded.
Hey, this is transactional, baby. Yeah. This is, you know what? The players that play, they play the game. The owners have the money. Budweiser wants to sponsor these things. You know what I mean? So it's all transactional.
And they got a plan too. They got a plan. I mean,
they do have a plan
to keep everybody safe. Keep everybody healthy. So they.
Speaking about being safe, are we? I mean, should we check
before
on
we
just to be safe? Okay.
We're good. We're good.
We're close enough. We're rounding up to 6 feet. Okay.
We're good.
We also, the brown bags are taking the appropriate precautions this season.
Wear your masks.
That's right. You were doing all the masks, so we got that going. So, dude, let's talk a little bit. I want to find out what the heck has been going on with you. What has this offseason been like?
I mean, so when it started, I'm still waiting for Selection Sunday.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
because that's when everything stopped.
Yeah, it was that. It was about that time, wasn't it?
Yes, conference tournaments were starting up. Yep. So it's been different. It's been It's been weird. Everybody's been going through the same thing. Been lots of changes, but and going forward.
Yeah.
Obviously the changes in the college game, but in the NFL, I started to get excited when I sat down to do my picks for the show.
Yeah.
And really getting the feel, and I made my picks because too many times I thought to myself, well, where's that game?
Yeah.
And that's really not
does it matter? Does it really matter this year? Because at least at the beginning of the season, no fans. And I don't know, is it?
Wouldn't it be something if by Thanksgiving they're just like, we figured some things out.
I hope so. I hope so. Because it's going to be weird, isn't it? What is it going to be like? We're going to be watching on TV. Of course, it's going to look pretty much the same on TV. But when you're in the stadium, when you're on the field, it's got to be different.
Oh my gosh!
The way that it's going to be playing out.
80,000 fans screaming their heads off.
Okay, the Lambeau Leap. Where are you going to jump into now, man?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Everything.
Because in Lambeau,
everything plays off the fans. Yeah. It really does. So it's going to be different. I had to adjust and say I'm going to make my picks with the thought process that they're of full stadiums.
Yeah.
I know we know that's not going to happen, but that's how I made my picks.
Yeah.
Because it was too hard to think of it any other way. So, we're going to have football. We're going to have football. Well, most the Big Ten's not going to have football. We're going to have NFL football.
I think we need to do a TikTok in Lambeau. When you do the leap, you jump up in the stands and then the fans push you back. Right? So you got a player just jumps up and they just fall right into the seats. Something like that. So it really started with the draft because the draft went online and we were all geeked up about the draft. I mean, it is such a production that they have.
You had that great prediction. Didn't quite play out that way with all the trades.
Yes, I know. It was so exciting. They really didn't have the May and June camps where you get to see the first look, especially the rookies, getting in uniforms and that for the first time. So, and they've been doing Zoom meetings, stuff like that. Yeah. So this is just weird stuff all the way around. I mean, it's still football, though.
They're going to line up and play.
They're still going to line up and play. It is still about blocking and tackling, catching the ball and all those sort of things. That it still comes down to that.
So let me ask you this: what are your thoughts when they kick off week 1? How do things look for you as far as how the way things start out?
I think where it starts out is that defenses would start out better than offense. Because to me, defense is more instinctual. I mean, they have their plays in there.
Because we've had no preseason.
There's no preseason to get the timing in. There's no, especially if you're the Saints, which is all about timing and all these teams. It takes some time to get that rhythm. So I say advantage defense, and I also say that it's advantage running offenses versus the passing because I think you could get the running more in sync earlier then, it kind of set up the run to set up the pass, or the run to set up the pass. So I would go that. And then also rookies. Yep. I think the biggest miss for the preseason is in rookies because they don't get the speed of the game. They're playing against their buddies and, the practices, right? It's not, that means that they're going to line it up in week one.
You talk to any rookie ever, and that's always the biggest adjustment, right, is the speed of the game.
Exactly.
And you're Joe Burrow, a guy like Joe Burrow coming in, that rookie quarterback, that number one pick, and he's got to make that adjustment. And
okay.
And to the speed, and then again, I just
you're Joe Burrow, man. Okay, you have not played a preseason game. You've been playing with your friends, on your team. So you line up week one, and who do they play in week one? They play the Chargers. And who's the defensive end of the Chargers? Joey Bosa. So, I mean, if you want to welcome to the NFL, that's going to be the ultimate welcome.
You have to tap in your own adrenaline too, because it's gonna get him. It's gonna be all.
Oh my gosh,
it's gonna be all him.
So I'm also excited about fantasy football.
Hey,
are you in any leagues actually?
Yeah, I'm in my leagues. You got any players you think?
I tell you what. Thank you, dude. We'll do the knuckles here. So Brad Ward from Ward on Sports and the Browns Wire and All Eyes in Cleveland. He set up a fantasy football league through NFL.com, and so I joined it. And so Brad, this could be an absolute fun time. Actually, when we did the picks, Carl helped me do the picks. I was on the phone with him all day. Okay, who should I get here? What do you think about that one? But what really just honks me off, I gotta say about the whole thing, I've got Mahomes, I've got Calvin Ridley, I picked up Jonathan Taylor, running back, So NFL.com comes out with their rankings, or ratings. They give me a C. I'm like, what the heck is this? Oh my gosh.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I know.
That
sucks.
So, yeah, but that'll be fun with the Brad Ward on Sports. So that league, that'll be fun to.
You know what we should do? This would be really fun. Is that one of the regular weekly pick shows? We're going to get these guys on the line. And we'll have, somebody talking with us as we're doing our weekly picks, game 1, 2, 3, et cetera, et cetera. That'll be fun to get them on and kind of do it live there and get their take.
Especially when we're running in first place.
That's right.
When we're dominating the league, they're going to have to come up.
So, what's the other big thing this year? Big change.
Big changes.
Big change.
How about the expanded playoff?
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Right? So an extra team from each conference.
Right.
And only the number one seeds get the bye.
One team gets a bye. That's it.
Wow.
That's big. That is big.
That's going to be fun, too.
So last year, who got the byes? It was the Patriots and was it the Chiefs or the Ravens? Yeah, the Chiefs. Okay, yeah. So, it would have been, I think the Patriots actually had the better record last year of the two, so they would have had the bye.
Yeah.
Now this year, no. I mean, you've got 7 teams. So that means you got 3 wild card, teams that are going to be in it, which is going to be fun. As we do these picks here in just a few minutes, that's the thing I'm worried about is the wild cards.
Right.
Pick the right wild card team.
Because there's always a lot of teams fighting for that last spot. You add that extra spot.
Oh, dude, it's a hot mess.
It's going to be,
It's a hot mess. There's in each conference, NFC, we'll get the NFC show next. NFC's even worse.
Yeah. Well, the conference is worse, too.
Well, no.
I
mean, actually, I think it's a great conference. But
really?
There are so many teams.
Get to that.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait to get to
that. It's so bad. All right.
So, hey, dude, I'm about ready to go here. What do you say?
Yeah, well, we're going to make our picks. Do you got any feelings about the Kool-Aid picks this year? I mean, last year's a big story every week. Big story every week. I mean, I'm going around town. People are stopping me at the grocery store. Who's Doug's Kool-Aid pick going to be? Who's Doug's Kool-Aid pick going to be?
Bet against whoever Doug is picking at the Kool-Aid pit. Bet against that team because I got to check the record. It was absolutely horrid. I know it was absolutely horrid. But just in case, though, I'll be the first one to admit, I do have the Kool-Aid ready.
We are going season 2 of the Kool-Aid pick.
I think we're going to go, what the heck, I got all these leftover Kool-Aid packets. I might as well use them up, right? I mean, what the heck? I'm going to use them up. So, what do you say we go into who we think are going to win each of the conference, each of the divisions, and then all the way for the conference, who's going to make it to Super Bowl 55?
This is our AFC board.
Yep.
And so we're going to do each division, right? And then we're going to pull out our playoff teams and who we think is going to make it all the way.
Who's going to make it all the way to? Actually, it's going to be Tampa Bay, man. Tampa Bay, you think Brady?
Tampa.
Oh my gosh!
Can Brady lead the team?
There's never been a team.
Talk about a difference. There's just another huge change. Brady not a New England Patriot.
Actually, that's a big thing for both conferences,
19 years.
Yeah. That's, I mean,
Wow.
okay, let's see where the Patriots
Yeah,
are.
let's do these
Okay,
picks.
let's do
I'm
this.
ready to
Okay.
go.
So, here's what we'll do. We've got, as Carl said, we've got each of the divisions go all the way to the Super Bowl for the AFC. So, let's start out with the North. You just go ahead. I'm going to put who I think is going to finish in the order in North.
Gotcha.
You go ahead and
All right,
we'll
let's go.
jump from there. Okay, so... All right, let's see who we got here. So, oh, you put the Browns?
Listen.
You put the Browns last?
Listen,
Are you kidding me?
listen. This is
Are you gotta be kidding me, dude?
just such a horrible franchise. They
Oh, no
they
way.
are not coming in with a
Dude.
new coach,
Oh my God.
changing anything.
We just lost half our
Faker Baker.
Oh,
They're-
dude.
I'm not falling into the hype like last year.
Oh my gosh, I
Last
drank
year,
the Kool-Aid.
There was
I
so
was
many.
drinking the
I mean, it was
Kool-Aid
like
so
the
bad.
Browns Super Bowl
Oh, I
trade
had
last
I
year.
was buying Super Bowl
Listen.
tickets for them.
Listen, just you know what? All right, that's where we'll just leave them there for the rest of the show.
All right, so you wait a minute. You got the Steelers above the Ravens?
Listen.
Dude.
Pittsburgh played toe to toe with everybody.
What have you
without
been
Ben last year.
drinking?
No, this is
Yeah.
accurate information
Yeah.
for you, Doug. There are teams in the NFL that know who they are. Now, Baltimore's
Yeah.
one of those teams.
Yeah, okay.
But when I'm talking about New England and I'm talking about Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
okay, these guys don't have an identity crisis.
Yeah.
They know who they are.
They know who they are.
Tomlin, who was
Okay.
potential coach of the year last year.
Tomlin
Did-
should have
win?
won
Yeah.
the Coach of the Year. I think it was Andy Reid that won the Coach of the Year.
And which is a fair.
And
okay, yeah. I mean, there was
because
a fair.
They lost Roethlisberger, and they were playing with a water boy at quarterback at
right.
one point. Lost all their running game. I mean, and they were still, what? Where were they last year? They were still an 8-8 team, and they were vying for the playoffs right down last week.
So with that being exactly for making my point
Yeah.
there is, don't forget how good everyone wants to ride the momentum of
Yeah.
last year. Baltimore got on a momentum train. They were so good, and
How do you-
nobody
okay,
can figure out how to
go ahead,
stop.
I'll let you go. I'll let you go.
No one
Go
can
ahead.
figure out how to
Go
stop
ahead.
them. And how do you stop them? But you know what? They've had all the season to figure out. There's again, we're taking out home field advantages, and I think the Pittsburgh Steelers know who they are. And even with all the additions that Baltimore has, okay, which I know you're ready. You're ready.
Oh, I'm
ready
just
to go.
just
Look,
chomping at the bit about Baltimore.
I think we're going to slow down their offense a little bit. I think they're
Okay.
going to figure that out. I think Pittsburgh wins that division. I mean, they both got 4 guaranteed wins, with 2 against the Bengals and 2 against the Browns. So let's put them both at 4-0 with those, and then they've got to play head to head. And look,
yeah. Okay.
Baltimore's going to go into Heinz Field, and they're going to have the pretend terrible towels waving. They'll probably have
Baltimore
like
is the most improved team in the AFC. They were already good, and I think they're the most improved team in the AFC. They pick up J.K. Dobbins, a running back, and I think it's a huge pickup. I think it's a beautiful pickup. They got Malik Harrison, a stud, defense lineman from Ohio State. I think that they're a better team than they actually were last year, and plus they know more. They know how to win the games.
Could their expectations for Baltimore in that town be any higher?
No, I think
and
it's,
you know what
if you're
happens
them,
when the expectations, there's only one place
it happens,
to go.
It happens to a lot of teams every year. Baltimore is, I mean, them and Kansas City they're the gold standard when it comes to the AFC. Okay,
I like Pittsburgh to return to form, and Cleveland.
Cleveland.
There's going to be as many fans watching Cleveland in Week 1 this year as there will be next year in the stands.
You were the Cleveland fans that we lose, we get the Pittsburgh fans because you're going to be gaining them. Okay,
Look, that's okay.
Yeah,
but
okay.
look, there's got to be an enemy on the show, right? Like they don't have to like.
Somebody's going to
me.
wear the black shirt of the show,
yeah,
right?
like-
Okay.
All right, where
Let's
we
go
going?
to the AFC West.
The West.
The West. Okay. All right, who do you got? All right, Chiefs, logical. The Raiders.
A bit of a homer pick. So,
It is a bit of a homer
and that's
pick.
a bummer too. That stadium opening up. Gosh,
Beautiful looking stadium too.
Man,
Hey,
that's
Allegiant Stadium. I cannot wait to get out there. I mean, there's going to be some point where there's people all across the NFL going, "Can't wait to get out there. We're going to see our team in Las Vegas, for a game." It's a gorgeous looking stadium. I got to give them an A++ of what they did in that stadium. It's going to happen at some point. They're going to be people in the stands. Just unfortunately not this season. I like what they've done. The Raiders. They picked up Henry Ruggs as they're at least a wide receiver.
You'd think that with Gruden each year we're going to grow a little bit and get a little better.
Yeah, they're getting a little bit better.
Is Carr a championship
No, I don't think so. Quarterback. I don't think so. Who do you put? You put the Chargers. Okay.
Yeah, to me, and you got the Broncos last. I got them finishing second. I really don't see anything coming out of these three teams. I don't see a lot of potential. Drew Lock's a question mark in Denver. There seems to be some buzz out there about him.
And it's going to be Justin Herbert's team here, except they get a really good defense. You got to give them the defense.
Phillip Rivers is my favorite player in the NFL. We've talked about before. He's my favorite player in the NFL. I'm so glad he's playing again. But if he didn't win out there,
it's not going to happen though. So
I don't think so.
Class of the that division is, of course, the Chiefs. Is the Chiefs and everybody else for the most part.
There's some about Pat Mahomes
and plus, They get a good running. They get their kid from
how do they not
the
win
dude
the
with the three names, out at LSU. The running back. I always forget his name. They've actually improved as well. All right, what do you say? You want to go to
East?
Want to go to the East? Let's go to the East. Okay, let's go to the
East. Who's gonna win the East? Dun, dun, dun. I don't know. Ooh, maybe the Jets. Maybe the Jets are gonna win that division. They look.
Why not? I mean, you already dissed the Browns, so why don't you pull another one? Okay, look at this. Dude, you got the Patriots?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, there go all the Buffalo Bills fans too.
Oh, we do have a lot of Bills fans.
We do have a lot of Bills fans.
So, I want to talk about New England. Do you really think removing Tom Brady from that franchise is enough to knock them to the second tier? That's enough to take a listen.
Yeah,
that but that system that is in place there under Belichick. Brady missed the first 4 games the other year, and you had Jacoby Brissett step in and lead them. You had how many years ago when Brady went down with the injury for the year, and Matt Castle led them to a 10-6 record.
This is the season we're going to find out. Was it Brady? Was it Belichick's system? Was it a combination of the both? I mean, we're going to find out this year. Yeah.
But they don't fall from the perch just losing Tom Brady.
And plus, I'll give you this.
They may get better.
They still play the Jets and the Dolphins.
There's 4 wins right there.
There's 4 wins against
them. 4 wins right there. Okay. And Buffalo has struggles with New England. And listen,
that's right.
Look, Cam Newton went to the Super Bowl. I am not a Cam Newton big guy, but man.
I'm with you.
You put him with the right coach in the right organization.
I'm not willing to go that high because I'm going Bills. I like Josh Allen. I like the team. You know who Josh Allen reminds me of? Roethlisberger. He's got that. Roethlisberger. He's got that moxie. There's something about the kid that it's not pretty. It's not necessary. It's not earth-shattering. He just knows how to win a game. Or keep the team in the game.
Yep. I was big on Buffalo last year, but again, that's another team where we're riding last year's momentum a little bit. Is why we've got them high on the board.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to do it in the field.
They're going to do it.
Okay. Buffalo's not an easy place to play. They get pretty riled up there in Buffalo.
So you mentioned a few minutes ago, Phillip Rivers. Let's go to the South.
Let's do that.
I want to see where you're putting Phillip Rivers.
All right.
So let me guess, I'm not going to look. I got my eyes closed. You put the Jaguars winning the division, right?
If they were in the division with the Browns.
No. Colts, we both had the Colts.
Yes. I like the Colts. Okay, I like the running game. I like Rivers coming in there, an experienced quarterback. I mean...
I like Jonathan Taylor. I like the combination of Marlon Mack and Jonathan Taylor. I think that's going to be a really, really solid running game. I think Rivers brings the experience. That is, and they do have Jacoby Brissett, I think, still as a backup, and he's got the experience too, right? So I think that's it.
That's a great landing spot for Phillip Rivers to play another season. He's got weapons around him. They're not going to totally rely on him.
Yeah. You've got the Texans too.
Yeah.
Even though you lose DeAndre Hopkins, right?
Okay. No, I got the Texans too, but that's because I don't believe in either one of these teams.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Okay, I think Tennessee's over. Derrick Henry's a beast, right? You can't tackle the guy.
They were a
You're
one-trick
right. It's the
pony.
momentum. It's riding that momentum. Tannehill's not
Tannehill,
going to.
well, in the playoffs, he had like no numbers. Tannehill as a passer, it was all Derrick
That's
Henry.
all you got to do. You focus on
If
Henry.
you focus on him, right?
And that's so knocking those two out of it. And I love Deshaun Watson. I think he is an absolute superstar, and they're going to get there as soon as they replace their coach. Because listen, I don't know if you remember.
Right, here we go.
We could go to the tape on this, but I said Houston was going to beat Kansas City.
Yeah.
And they had them.
They had them dead to rights.
Why they went for it on fourth down?
They had them dead to rights.
The more I thought about it, Mahomes was destined to win the Super Bowl last year, and they would have come back anyway.
Yeah.
But he sure helped light the fire.
Oh, sure.
O'Brien did with his horrible coaching. Come on, Phillip Rivers.
That is one thing I will miss about the Browns is Freddie Kitchens. Yeah. I mean, I enjoy so
we'll have someone new. By week 2 or 3, you'll be good.
Actually, we started to do the NFC show, and Dan Quinn's still out there.
He still has his job.
So here's what we're going to do. We've got our divisions. So what we're going to do on this column, we're going to go ahead, we're going to put in the 7 teams that are going to make the playoffs for the AFC. So let's just start out with who you think is going to have the first round bye. Which team is going to have the first round bye? I'm going to tell you right now. It is, why don't you grab from down there? Grab it down there. Okay.
That's right.
So I'm going to say it's going to be the Ravens get the first round bye. So you are saying the Chiefs. Okay. All right, we do that. All right, let's fill out who, if you think some sort of order for the next, 3 teams, the ones that are division winners, right?
Yep.
So, go in there. Okay. Okay, so we're pretty close. Obviously, who we had in the division winners right there. Okay, now here's where the fun starts right now. Who's going to be the wild card teams? We got 3 wild card teams this year.
3.
So there is. That's fun.
Like that really is. That's really because there's going to be so many teams battling for that one spot.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to some.
Okay, I'll put up the first one. I think is going to be the wild card. I'm going to go with the Browns. I guess
this show has no integrity sometimes.
Go ahead, put one up.
I don't even know where. Oh, I still did that. I'm sorry. I'm messing up our board.
So okay, go ahead.
I'll fix that.
So, who do you think?
All right.
You're gonna go to the Bills. Okay. I'm gonna go. I gotta go with you on the Patriots. I'm gonna go the Patriots as well. Okay. So I got the Browns. I got the Patriots making the playoffs, and it comes down to the very last one. So you got the Texans?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. You've got the. You actually have. Oh yeah, that's right. You did. You picked the Steelers to win the division. I'm looking at that. What the heck are the Ravens doing down there?
I would say that they are going to be.
Oh my
The
gosh.
seed right there. That's going to be the seeding. That's the 1 through 7 seeding.
This is a tough one for me. This is the tough one for me right now. I mean, I want to go to my Raiders, but they have a brutal schedule. I want to go to the Texans, but the Texans play horrible at the beginning of the season. The Titans, I think you're right. They're a one-trick pony. I mean, this is nuts. This is really nuts. I'm going to go with the Steelers. I'm going to have 3 teams coming out of that division. That is absolutely
that alone
nuts.
should tell you where this should be. That should tell you that.
Is that enough right there?
Yeah. Why don't let's just backtrack that. Okay. Let's go ahead and take them out, so you can save some face here. Because once we lock this up,
this is going out there, dude.
Go ahead and take them out and put your Raiders in there, and I'll give you a thumbs up.
Okay. So now this is where you can actually take one of these. Who do you think goes to Super Bowl 55 in Tampa? I think it's like February 7th, 2021. There will be fans in that game. I tell you what, they will have fans in that game, some way, shape, or form. They'll have something like that. So
that's where it started to go south. So I'd take it.
Who do you like?
Can I pick my AFC Championship game, or do I gotta pick?
No, you gotta pick who's going to be representing AFC. I'm going with a repeat. You got to be nuts. You are absolutely. Oh my gosh!
I believe that team is just.
This is like Miracle on 34th Street. We believe. I believe.
And you gotta,
oh my gosh!
Who knows?
Over the Chiefs, over the Ravens.
Yeah, because there's going to be some exciting playoff games in there, and a lot of those teams. I mean, who knows going to end up playing who? I think that's my AFC Championship game.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's going to be the Ravens.
They did it. They broke through last year, but Andy Reid still has a history of not being able to win that championship game.
He does.
And Houston had him.
Houston
had him.
The 49ers had him in the Super Bowl too. The 49ers, if they could have, if they put their
we're not doing the NFC
right?
show right now, but I think the 49ers showed the 49ers were in
exactly. You're right about that
game.
You're right about that. I'll give you that. So look at this board, man. Okay. We've got our division winners.
We just spent 20 minutes talking about football?
We did. This is awesome.
Come on.
I love this. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to get this on Twitter. We'll get it on Facebook, obviously YouTube. We want to get everybody else's. You tell us how ridiculous it is to either put the Browns in the playoffs or you get the Browns in the brown bag pick.
Brown bag season. This is our season brown bag. This is our season. You can put them or maybe Jacksonville.
I want to hear what people say about Carl picking the Patriots to go to the Super Bowl for the AFC. That is, dude, that's gutsy.
Get good odds.
Get
good odds.
All right, dude.
Yes.
This is fun.
Yes.
Starting it out again, man. All right.
Back. 20 season. Let's go.
Give me one more time.
Let's
This is
go.
awesome. All right, everybody. Have a good one. Can't wait for the season to start. We'll see you. Bye.